These days, you're not going to find a crash course in home economics or a 4-H clothing club on how to dress appropriately, but our next guest says women could still benefit from a few old-school fashion rules. Joining me now is the author of The Lost Art of Dress, Linda Przybyszewski. Linda, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
I want to start getting into your tips immediately. So the first one you have for us is emphasize the face. What can you do there?
Well, today you can do statement necklaces like your last guest had on, scarves, pins, anything that brings color actually up to your face. And the whole idea was that people would be paying attention to you and listening to what you were saying.
So maybe the flip side of that was your next tip, which is forget your feet. I feel like this is hard for a lot of women to do.
I think it is. It's partly a problem because we don't wear hats anymore. And it used to be, before the 1960s, women wore hats, and all our frivolous impulses got expressed in our hats. And now I think we're only left with our shoes, and as a result, there's way too much interest in our feet.
So I think when a lot of us have a big event coming up, we really want to feel comfortable and confident. We go for that basic black dress because it's what we are most used to. You're telling us we're doing it wrong. What should we be doing instead?
Well, I understand the appeal of black, especially in New York City, but I think there are a lot of other colors that we could be wearing that would be flattering and more interesting, and you'd still look really terrific.
So what are a couple of those colors?
Well, if you want to go dark, bottle green, burgundy, deep blue, deep plum. Those are if you want to stay dark. But I actually think at night more of us should be wearing brighter colors because we don't otherwise get the opportunity to do so that often.
One of your other tips was shop for the life you lead. What does that mean? What are we shopping for right now?
I think very often we're shopping on impulse a lot, and we see a bargain and we get it, and then we stick it in our closet and we never wear it. And we end up pulling out the same 5 things every week. So my advice is figure out what it is about those 5 things that you love that make them work for you, and go find some more of them.
All right, your last piece was now get on with your life. I have to assume this means we might be obsessing a little too much.
Yes, that is possible. And the women I write about in my book worried that somebody would care about fashion more than they cared about their family or about their community or their nation or their own mind. So they wanted you to get to the few things you needed that worked for you and worked well, and then get on with your life.
All right, everything you need to dress for success. Linda Przybyszewski, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.